Hello everyone, the Army of Otters here, and welcome back to the Unexplored Mojave. Today we're going to be checking out the Securitron De-Construction Plant, also known as the Automaton De-Construction Plant. Now, this location was used primarily by Dr. O, also known as Dr. Zero. As we explored in my Higgs Village video, Dr. O was obsessed with Mr. House in the worst way possible. Dr. O absolutely despised Mr. House and really hated his Securitrons, and he wanted to replicate what Mr. House created any way possible. And we can see a lot of that coming to fruition here at the Securitron De-Construction Plant. Now, the Securitron De-Construction Plant, which interior is an exact copy of the Robot Repair Center from Fallout 3, is located in the eastern portion of the map, near to the Waste Disintegration Platform and just north of the Z14 Pespine DNA Splicing Lab, which we covered in the previous video. Now, I approach from the south, which will lead us to the main entrance of the deconstruction plant, and as you approach, you might find some lobotomites off in the distance. I just used my 12.7mm submachine gun to easily take them out. However, obviously you can use any means at your disposal. Now, as you approach, you might also be faced with some of these berserk securitrons patrolling the area. For now, I'm just going to ignore them and jump up into the truck next to the entrance, where we can find the sync project Muggy. Pretty good find and very important for the quest. All my friends have off switches. After that, I decided to use mini nukes in order to take out the securitrons, because I didn't really know what other weapon to use on very hard difficulty. However, I found out Father Elijah's advanced lair is actually a really good weapon to use against robots in the Big MT, so you'll be seeing me use that throughout the rest of the video. Now, there are two entrances at the facility. One is the main entrance, and one is this kind of like back door that leads to this courtyard with various picnic tables and also all of this toxic waste over in the corner of the building. But really, there's no loot over here, just a place that employees probably used in the past during their lunch breaks. Now, if we come up near the side of it, going back towards Z14, and if we jump on these pipes, we can actually find a Marksman Carbine. However, because of my use of mini nukes, and specifically that one mini nuke that missed its target, I'm guessing I sent the Marksman Carbine flying out of this area, and I couldn't find it. But if you come here by normal means, meaning you don't use mini nukes, you can find a Marksman Carbine up top. As we enter the facility, we will find pretty much nothing in the entrance, just a bunch of junk. And as we go into the next room, we will find a bunch of these damaged Securitrons and berserk Securitrons. Using Father Elijah's advanced lair, we can easily take them out. Now, if you do need fission batteries, this is a great place to find some, as most of the Securitrons will have them on their bodies. Also, if you just look in the boxes like this one, we can find ammunition, bottle caps, and a fission battery. Also, a lot of the junk in here are required items in order to make weapon repair kits, so this can be a really useful place, especially if you're into crafting and making your own stuff. Now, in this main assembly area, we can find this small little room, but inside there isn't a whole lot. However, on the walls throughout this facility, like here, we can find blueprints and schematics of Securitrons. After this, we can make our way up this staircase in the assembly room and go into this next room, but again, not a whole lot in here. We can also jump down back on that house we entered earlier, and we can find a wooden crate and a duffel bag with random ammunition with a skeleton on top of the crate. But after that, be careful as we enter the next room, because we will find two Securitrons. One is just a berserk Securitron, and the other is 010011110111001100110101. This unique Securitron is very large and is the mini-boss of this location, and he can kill you very quickly. I was lucky to survive there. As you can see, my health started to drain very quickly, but luckily he had to reload. On him, we can find the upgrade for the sync project Muggy, so make sure you pick up that bad boy. But besides that, and next to the computer, there are some mentats, and besides that, there really isn't a whole lot in this next room, besides, well, a dead Securitron. But you can kind of look around and see what you find. Now, back outside, I wanted to show off a few things. First, if you go to the west side of the building, we can find that the letters that used to be on the building would have spelled out Automaton Deconstruction. However, all of the letters have fallen off except for 3, D-R-O, obviously spelling Dr. O or Dr. Zero, depending on how you choose to call him. Also, there are going to be a lot of lobotomites at the nearby areas, but I just chose to ignore them for now and deal with them in a later video. So I decided to kill myself in an epic way by using this Big Kid mini nuke on a single lobotomite. Now, I did try to get to the top of the facility, and I tried for a long time by using reload dash. However, I was never able to get to the very top, but I was able to get to this middle part of the building. I'm sure if I tried a little bit harder and spent maybe another 30 or so minutes, maybe I could have accomplished it, but I decided to give up because I figured there's really nothing up there. Now, I did want to point out on the north side of the building, after I reloaded dash across the entire building, there is a flipped over truck that has some foot lockers, specifically 3 foot lockers in the kind of debris of the crash, and inside of each foot locker I found some ammunition. So a pretty good find and a pretty good way just to rack up a small amount of ammunition. And since we picked up Muggy in this video, I wanted to show him off real quick. Now, Muggy is this miniature Securitron. He's actually quite cute, but his story is quite tragic. He is pretty much a personification of Dr. O's hatred for Robert House and Robco Industries. You see, Muggy is a neurotic, sentient, and highly self-aware Securitron to be designed to be obsessed with cleaning coffee mugs and other dishes. And if you bring him coffee mugs and other dishes, he will exchange those for other useful items. Also, after being upgraded, Muggy will give you 50 energy cells, 50 microfusion cells, and 5 scrap electronics once per day. And since Muggy is self-aware and very intelligent, he has a huge hatred for Dr. O and wants him dead. Also, Muggy is one of the few robots that realizes the Great War happened and realizes how long it has been since the Great War. And here is a short introduction from Muggy himself.
You really want to know about me? No one ever asks about Muggy. You made me so happy. Maybe you've seen some of those big, imposing Securitrons with their lovely laser guns and rocket launchers and scary faces. I'm not one of those. Dr. O was always jealous of House Industries, and he thought it would be fucking hilarious to build a tiny neurotic Securitron. Big fucking laugh! So, you got any coffee cups for me now?
And there you guys have it, the Securitron De-Construction Plant. I had a ton of fun exploring this area. I really don't remember it very well, but considering I have the achievement, all of my friends have off switches, I have to have visited this place in the past, even if it was just the exterior. But it was a lot of fun going through it and seeing Dr. O's obsession with Securitrons. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you have any recommendations for future videos, future ideas, please let me know in the comments section below. And as always, until next time.